Hey guys, ECRG here, back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about acclimating from academic research to industry research. Hey guys, ECRG here, back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about acclimating from academia to industry-based research. A lot of people have been asking about this. What is it like acclimating from academia to industry? Now, I have never done the acclimation myself because I never worked in academia in clinical research. I have worked in academia in a standard like research-based setting, doing protein and molecular biology research, but I've never in the clinical research world worked in academic research and clinical research world. But I have obviously experience in the clinical research industry, and I have worked with people who have worked in academia. So I'm going to give you what they have told me about working in academia, and then what I've watched them, how I've watched them make the transition into industry. And so first and foremost, making that transition, there is a difference working in academia to industry. And for one, the purpose of academia is not necessarily to make money. The purpose is to pretty much advance the science behind it. That's more the purpose. Investigators who work in academic settings are more interested in advancing the science and have more of a passion behind it. Versus in industry, obviously there's that industry focus on making money and making, especially if you work in a CRO or in the pharmacy, obviously the pharmaceutical setting, the sponsor, they're going to want an ROI on their investment, on their study drug or or whatever their study is measuring. They want an ROI eventually on it. And especially a CRO, they want to make money bringing these drugs onto the market. So there is that difference also. So you've got to think about that, the type of environment that's going to be created based on the two differences there. Now, I know a lot of people, before we get a little bit deeper into that, a lot of people maybe listening to this podcast who are in academia and are looking to make that jump to a CRO or to the pharmaceutical setting, the sponsor setting. And that can be difficult. That can be really hard because you may not know the right people to make that jump. Obviously, we talk a lot about networking on this channel, or you may not know how to go about doing that. Well, I'm going to tell you what, one of the things that you're going to need to do is boost your resume, update your resume with some of your most recent tasks that you've learned and some of your best experience that you've gained in that setting. Let us help you with that. There is no way that you are going to get into the CRO space without a good resume. You're going to have to spend some time working on it. So let us help you with that. We have the resume review program. You can email us at eliteclinicalgroup@gmail.com if you're interested in that. Because it's very hard. Clinical research is very competitive now. And one of the things that people have a hard time with is, getting into that competitive environment. They seem to be increasing the workload. A lot of times people in academia are not ready for the industry workload. There is a different pace of things when you make that shift. And a lot of people that I've trained have had a hard time making that adjustment just because life was so much more lackadaisical. It was a lot more lax in the academic setting. They typically make a little bit less money, but as far as the pace of things, maybe not working on as many studies, not as much as required from them, working on those studies. And I'm not really talking about study coordinators with this because study coordinators, they're going to be working hard wherever they are, whether they, working for a startup clinic or working for a big name clinic like a Ohio State or a Mayo Clinic or whoever it is. They're going to be working hard. But some of the other positions, I'm not going to call you guys out, but some of the other positions, you guys know who you are. Work can be pretty chill, and especially if you bounce back and forth between academia and industry, you're going to know what I'm talking about. But that's one of the biggest changes. Two, another change can be different softwares used. Industry, they may change softwares. They go through a lot of mergers and acquisitions. So there's going to be a lot of processes that change on an ongoing basis. There's going to be systems that change on an ongoing basis. There's going to be a lot of turnover probably, just because that's just how the industry is. So far we've got two major changes in academia to industry. One is going to be just the pace of everything is going to be different. Two is going to be the overall turnover ratio is going to be different. So there's going to be a lot of side effects because of that. Change in systems, change in personnel, change in overall goals, change in leadership. So there's going to be changes because of that in the industry. And it's just a different environment working academia versus industry. Goals are different for the people that are typically in those areas that stay in there for a long time. And not to say one is better than the other. I particularly have had a lot of experience in industry, and I've had some academia experience, not in clinical research, but other areas of research. And the goals are just different. A lot of times people use grant-based clinical research also in academia. It's just different. Whereas industry, you've got a sponsor paying for it, like a company that's paying for it and hoping to get an ROI based on it. So, it's different, and there's going to be differences because of that. But as far as acclimating to industry, if you're trying to make that jump from academia, one of the things you've got to understand is that the workplace, the work pace is going to be very different from academia, especially for those other positions that aren't clinical study coordinators. So just keep that in mind. If you guys have any other questions with this, comment down below. Or if you're listening on the podcast, email us eliteclinicalgroup@gmail.com. Email us there for any inquiries you may have. If you want to get your resume reviewed, you want to improve your chances to get into the clinical research industry, whether you're transferring from academia to industry, industry to academia, whatever it is, or just trying to get your foot in the door, we can improve your resume and improve your chances to get into the industry. Also, when we do that review, we do have a option where you can get some interview advice and learn how to best leverage your resume. This is custom now. Everybody is different. How you can best learn to leverage your experience, your own personal experience, to get into the clinical research industry. So, all right, guys, if you like this video, like it, share it, subscribe to the channel. As always, take care.